All right, you're on. I'm Robert Montgomerie. I am I am 44 years old. Originally from Wilkes-Barre, Pennsylvania. I graduated class 1990. Bachelor's of Science and Political Science and a minor in psychology.
Okay. For the upcoming debate with Don Redman, some of the points that he is likely to hit, some of his complaints about the Occupy movement and why we're out here and what we're doing. One of his main points is that we don't have a permit to be out here, and that's unfair to other events that have to get permits in order to stage large-scale events.
Okay, and my retort to that is that during any campaign season, on any street corner in town, you'll see anywhere from 3 to 4 people or possibly whole families engaging in their First Amendment rights to try to explain to people who their ideal candidate is by standing on street corners in the public, within the public view, holding up a sign to talk to people. What we're doing here is a very similar situation. Although it's not campaign season, what we are here to do is we're here to inform and to educate people on the issues that we feel are important. And what are those issues? One of the main issues that we have a huge problem with is the amount of money that has infiltrated itself into politics. Right now our elected officials, for the most part, play to moneyed interests over the actual democratic vote of voters, and we feel that people need to know that. Right now, people believe that government is a problem and that government doesn't work, and that's not the case. Government works very well. In fact, it works very efficiently. If it didn't work efficiently, then why would the wealthy try to buy congressmen? Why would they try to buy people who are in the House of Representatives or people who are in the state capitol or anything like that? The truth is that government works really well, but it doesn't work for us because it's been bought out from under us.
Okay, to counter that, I'm sure you would say that those people waving signs are not out overnight. Does that make any kind of a difference as far as political campaigns waving signs on the street corners? They're not there 24 hours a day. They're only there for a set period of time, and then they go.
Okay. Well, I'm sure that if the election meant that much to them, they would stay out 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, if they felt that much was at stake as far as their country went. If there were people that felt as if the government was becoming increasingly totalitarian, and that there was a candidate that would save us from all of that, I'm sure that they would be out 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. We are very passionate about our beliefs, and we are willing to sit out here until doomsday, and have done that.
Okay, what about the claim that we're not accomplishing anything, that we're not getting anything done out here?
Well, I think viscerally, when you drive by a camp and you only see three people during the day, it's very easy to come under the opinion that things aren't happening. But things are happening. There's a lively discussion with people that come by and want to know what the movement is about. They come up to people within the camp and they say, "What do you stand for?" We tell them what we stand for. We tell them what we're behind and what we advocate. So the whole notion that we are just simply sitting around here twiddling our thumbs all day with a bunch of signs around here doing absolutely nothing is just really an incorrect notion altogether.
Okay, and what about the issue, the claim that this camp is an eyesore in front of City Hall?
Okay, well, in my viewpoint, that monument right there with that Confederate soldier on top of it is an eyesore. It's something that I don't believe in. I don't believe that we should ask our African American community to devote their tax dollars to cleaning and upkeeping that statue and that monument, and of cleaning and maintaining a park called Confederate Park. So that's entirely up to it's entirely up to one's perspective. I mean, you can look at a bunch of people on a street corner and say, well, they're just a bunch of vagabonds, or you can drive by a monument that clearly represents a very ugly chapter in Southern history, and say, well, my God, why do you have that up there? Especially when you can make the argument that when Nazi Germany fell, we blew up swastikas on top of the Reichstag. When the Soviet Union fell, they pulled down statues of Stalin and Lenin. When Iraq fell, we pulled down statues of Saddam Hussein. Why can't we pull down this guy right here? It is entirely up to people's perspectives. But what's more important than whether or not you like the way somebody looks on the side of a street corner, it's what do they represent. And what Occupy Jacksonville represents, in our terms, is people's attempt to show that they do not agree with the concept of their government being owned by corporations, by wealthy elites, by the 1%. And we are willing to stand out here, as I said, until doomsday to prove that point, until something changes. Now, on the other hand, on the other side of the issue, it's also incorrect to say that we're not doing anything other than just creating an eyesore on the side of the road. We are fighting issues like that guy on top of that statue on top of that statue right there. We're also showing our objections to QTIs, giving money to corporations like J.P. Morgan, who misuse the money. They hire people for a little bit of time. They go ahead and they let them go. After that, after a safe period is over with, they get free money from the city, and they, in effect, move jobs over to Asia. In essence, making our city a truck stop to Asia. That's something that we don't support. We don't support the 2010 Citizens United decision, which basically has unleashed all kinds of corporate money into politics, thus buying elections. We find that very objectionable. We believe that every person in this country should have one vote, and that people should not be able to vote in the ballot box and also with their money just because they can afford to buy a candidate. There are a lot of issues that we support. I would suggest coming down to the street corner here in front of our beautiful city hall and discussing some of the things that we support. We support a lot of very important issues that we believe that a lot of people would get behind as well.
How do you answer the charges that we are, by storing things here and having people out here overnight, possibly sleeping at times, that would constitute camping and thus be against our local city ordinances?
Well, from what I understand, camping would involve a tent, and it would involve a fixed structure of some sort. There's no fixed structure here. That table right there can roll away on wheels. There are chairs out here, but who camps in a chair? Do you camp in a chair? I don't think so. The whole argument that there's some sort of camp going on out here, I don't believe has any basis at all in reality.
All right. Thank you very much.